Me neither. That's why I got 4. Do you know what it's like to be broke, looking through people's trash for food?
You do that now. You like trash food.
When it's on my terms.
Lopez versus Lopez, Friday on NBC.
See that girl back there? I heard her going on and on about boxing.
Thanks for looking out.
I made that up. This is a prank. We got him good.
What the
She don't like it?
No. We're headed back to her place. Thank you, Nikki.
Grand Crew, Friday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Isn't it fun when you have a chance to do some interior decorating? The sky's the limit. You can have whatever you want in your home. Well, that's what happens when you make the move to Alexian Village, and that is where we are this morning in the design room. We've never been here before, talking with Heather Reynolds and Betsy Whitaker. Nice to see you both.
You to be here.
I've long heard, I had a neighbor years ago who moved up here, and she was so excited, and she would talk to me about getting to design her own apartment. I didn't really realize until I came in the room this morning, though, Betsy, just how really true that is. Top to bottom, you get to put your thumbprint on it.
That's right. Everybody gets to customize their own apartment so that it is exactly the home that they want. They can start with flooring, paint, granite countertops. They have choices of cabinets, hardware even. So the apartments look like a brand new house when they move into it. It's something that other communities don't offer, and that we do let everybody customize their own apartment.
What's nice too, Heather, this would be a real challenge for me. I don't make decisions well. But you have experts here so that when you come in, they can really walk you through the process.
Yeah, and they do it over and over, so they, you just kind of learn what goes with what. You don't have to be like an interior designer, but yeah, the apartments look beautiful, and if you do have trouble kind of visualizing, then definitely we have people that can help with that. And
when you talk about how much you can customize. So I get it with, the flooring and the paint and all of that. That makes a lot of sense to me. But some people do come in with, maybe they have a collection of books or whatever that they may have. Do people sometimes do built-ins or really add things to the apartment?
They do. And even with Amazon today, some people can order all of their own cabinetry. But we have a contractor here who will help design a custom design piece, and we'll see that in several apartments that you go through, that people put a whole wall of bookshelves, whatever's important to them. Some of them want backsplash in their kitchen. Some people want different extra additional cabinets like in the bathrooms, one up above, anything for more storage. Some people want crown molding, things that often they've had in their own home, they want to bring it with them.
For some people, I would imagine it's the first time that they're having a chance to do something like this, so they might not even be aware of what all they could be looking to customize. Is that true?
That is true. And that's what really gets people excited. And often when people come here, they say that, well, I heard that you can actually choose the paint colors, and you can choose the carpet or a wood floors or the lighting. And some people even will go through catalogs and show us what kind of lighting they want in their apartment.
I love that. Well, and it makes sense because I know over the years when we've talked, and sometimes we've talked to residents as they've chosen to move here in the independent living side of things. Always, it's their choice to come here, but they may be moving from New Mexico. So if they want to have a desert feel a little bit still to their apartment, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they can. We've even matched up paint colors from their actual home to look exactly, the same.
Again, that makes sense because now artwork will fit.
Exactly.
Your sofa, if you're choosing to bring that, will fit as well. So, okay, let's suppose that somebody says, you know what, I'm planning to go up there and check in with things, and I'm going to move in on March 1st, just pretend, or March 15th. How long does it take to do this turnaround?
So it depends on how much work does have to be done in the apartment. They'll meet with the decorator who will help walk through the steps. It usually, the way that she does it, it moves very quickly. The decisions are all usually made within a day of moving forward. So then the contractor meets with the decorator. They walk through. Sometimes the resident wants to walk through with the contractor at the same time, especially if there's some very specific things. And it can be anywhere from a week to 3 months. Because
Okay.
we've had some that have had to actually go back all the way to stud walls.
That just shows you, though, see how much you can actually do.
Yes.
I have to ask you this, but when you move in here, y'all have different ways people can come in to independent living. You can choose a month to month. You can still do kind of the buy-in, if you will, which you can learn more about when you come here. What do they look at from a financial investment when they're doing these customizations? Does it all vary depending on what they choose?
It just depends on the current state of the apartment, because we have,
Okay.
when we get an apartment back from a previous resident, that resident could have lived there for 20 years. We have people that live here for 20, 25 years, believe it or not. Or they could have lived there for 1 year and maybe needed to go to a high level of care. So it just depends on what state that apartment is. We'll bring
Okay.
it up to our standard, and then we'll provide the prospective resident with what they could do for upgrades, like
Okay.
she was talking about the crown molding and things like that.
I know that was, I didn't mean to set you up, but I also didn't want people to get the idea that this is all
Yeah.
just at no cost.
It depends, yeah.
Right.
And there are some additional costs sometimes when people want very specific things. And sometimes people will say, I want a specific type of fan, ceiling fan. And some people want to bring their own chandeliers that they've had from one house to another. If they want, and usually like cabinetry and certain bookcases and things, that can run into quite a bit of money.
Sure.
And they're given the choice to actually do almost anything that they want to do if they're willing to pay extra for
Sure.
other things. And a lot of people are, just because they're like, this is my home and I want it to be exactly what I want.
Well, like Heather's saying, if you're living there for 25 years, you're going to be really mad
Yes.
if you didn't get that built-in bookcase
Yeah.
put in.
And I hear a lot of wives say that to their husband. You know, this is going to be our home and I want it to be this way. And most of them end up going with whatever mom says.
So when people come into the Alexian family and they say, yes, this is where I want to be, they don't even have to ask to come into this room. You're going to offer it and they can go from there. Is that right?
That is correct. They're told that from the very beginning, that you're going to meet with the decorator. We have a process of starting at this point. The next step is for you to meet with the decorator and start making some choices and talk about what timeline you're wanting to move in.
Okay. Well, I might take a look around before I head back to the station to see what I might like to do in my kitchen.
There you go.
Thank you both so much. Here's how you can always find them at Alexian Village. The phone number and website there on your screen. They're all part of the Ascension Living family, which is why the website is what it is. But it's the Alexian Village that you've known for so long and are proud to have part of Chattanooga. Thank you.
Thank you.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Gabrielle Union can really talk the talk. The best courtside trash talk. I said,